Hello, BookTube. Chelsea, the Reading Outlaw here to do a very exciting unboxing for you guys. I know I just did a haul not too long ago, but this is a little something different. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some of these videos floating around already, but if you haven't, Brittany from the channel Under the Radar Books, who I will link below, has opened her own Etsy shop called Under the Radar Books Blind Date with a Book. And basically you can go on and you can either select a genre category, you can select Brittany's choice, or you can select Scratch and Dent, where you'll get a slightly more gently used copy. And then Brittany will pick something in that category and send you a random blind date with a book. If you pick Brittany's choice, you can either like link her to your Goodreads or put a couple of your favorite books in like the note to seller thing on Etsy, and she will like kind of take that into account and then custom pick something for you in a genre of her choosing. So I love Brittany very dearly. Brittany is one of my best friends on YouTube. And so when I bought from her store, I did not tell her anything except that I wanted an adult version of Kat Valente's Fairyland and or the next Night Circus book. I was feeling, I don't know, whimsical. Just feeling like I wanted something kind of light, very beautifully written, very fun. And so this is what she sent me, and I'm very excited. When you get it, you open the media mail, and this is what it looks like. It's got a tag that's, I want to make sure I get it the right way, that says Under the Radar Books. And then it also came with, and I just want to show this off, Brittany's beautiful business card. And it says, wife, mom, bibliophile, Ravenclaw. So, fellow Ravenclaw. That's a girl after my own heart. And then on the back of the tag itself, she writes some like keywords to kind of tell you what the book is about before you open it. So mine say, modern fairy tale, New York Times bestselling author, one of my all-time favorites, haunting and beautiful, nothing is lost forever. All right, let's open it. Let's see what's in there. I'm going to take off this very lovely heart sticky note so I can use that at a later date. And then we open. All right. I don't want to... Okay. What is it? Ooh, it's called The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. And I think I've heard of this one. I think I've seen it with a different cover, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what it says on the back. Nothing is lost forever. David doesn't know much about life beyond the walls of his room except what he reads in his books. Mourning the death of his mother and angry at his father for moving on so quickly, David is pulled into a world next to our own and discovers all the stories he's read have come to life. However, these stories are different, angrier, darker. As David makes his way through the world to find the king and the mysterious book of lost things that will help him get home, he encounters adventures he never imagined. But a danger is lurking in the shadows, threatening to destroy David and his entire future. Dun, dun, dun. And there's the cover. And since it is almost Friday, I'm going to go ahead and read this weekend and then pop back in a little bit for my review of the book to let you know how Brittany did in meeting the very high bar that she was set with an adult Fairyland. So I'm very excited. I'm very looking forward to it. I'm back. I've read the book. She nailed it, guys. Brittany hit it so spot on, right on the head. This was amazing. It was an absolute 5-star read. It is the story of David as he goes in search of his mother who has passed away in a land that is not his own. After his mother passes away, he kind of finds an entrance in a garden in his backyard and enters a different place. It's never really named, but he's looking for the Book of Lost Things. And on his way, he meets the huntsman. He meets some wolves. Who else? He meets trolls. There are goblins involved, all kinds of creepy things, witches. And along the way, the fairy tales in this book get dark. When I said that I wanted an adult version of Fairyland, Brittany delivered, because the stories and the things that happen in this book are gruesome and vulgar and scary and very dark. There's also a lot of good crossovers with Fairyland in that it takes place during World War II. It's never made like writtenly explicit, but it is very heavily implied that David's father is working on the Turing machine. That he's a code breaker at a little farm out somewhere in an unknown British location, and he cracks codes all day to try and find out what the Germans are saying. I've seen The Imitation Game. I know how that goes, guys. He's working on the Turing machine. But anyway, so there's a lot of crossovers and a lot of talk about war and death and growing up. There's also a lot of really kind of painful discussions about family and what it means when someone in your family passes away and someone else kind of comes along. So yeah, lots of really, really good crossovers between the two. This is the last 50 pages of this book just destroyed me. Like, I was like crying, weeping, sobbing, all like intermittently together in one big ugly noise ball of sad. And I was trying to like underline things and also couldn't see because of the tears in my eyes. But this is one of those books that, like, even now as I'm flipping through it and I'm seeing the things that I underlined, I want to like stop again and go back and reread it. So needless to say, Under the Radar books delivered. This was worth every single cent that I spent, every single minute that I put into it. And it was such a fun experience reading an unknown book that I'd never heard of that somebody else picked out for me that I think I might have to do it again. So I will link Brittany's channel and Brittany's Etsy store down below. Go check her out. This is an experience that you will not want to miss. She has excellent taste. She will learn your taste and she will deliver as promised. That was my review of my Under the Radar Books book from Brittany, The Book of Lost Things by John. Here, this is a sticky note that came from Brittany. It doesn't actually go on the book. So this is The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. And I hope you guys are all having a lovely reading time, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and check me out all over the internet.